do. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sydney. Uh-oh. I don't hear you. I don't know why. Oh, you're muted.
Oh, brother.
Much better. Boy, that's the first time you've ever done that.
Well, probably won't be the last.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, we don't have a producer today, so it's not our fault, right? Boy, what a show we do have, though.
I'm excited.
What's that?
I'm excited. I think it'll be a really, really fun, but very, very interesting and informative show today.
Yes. Oh, boy, I'll tell you. I got to meet one of the dogs coming on today when I was in Utah. And this is a special boy. If it weren't for him, there's a possibility his mama wouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
And we will bring that up here later. But first, hi, Debbie. Debbie says hi. I forgot I got to do this too. All right. And let's see. All right. Yeah.
So we've got a couple puppies that are gonna come on. Two girls, their names are Addy and Apple, and they are currently located in Texas.
Yeah, and then we're going to bring Owen up afterwards, and we're going to give the rest of the show to Owen. And you never know, Roman might even pop in. You have to start a session, but if he gets done early, he just might come in because he wants to meet Owen too. Owen is very, very special. And there's Lori, our Newfoundland lady.
Hi, Lori.
And so, well, may as well get started with Sherry coming up. Huh?
Yeah, bring him on up.
Hi, Sherry.
Hello, how are you guys?
Oh,
Sherry,
right.
good. How are you?
Sydney said you've been here before.
Yes, I was on with Melody and Patch, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember the dogs.
Yep, Melody is living her best life on the beach in Pensacola, Florida.
Holy cow.
I know.
Wow.
I'm a little jealous of her.
Speaking of jealous, who do you have there next to you?
Right here, I don't know. This is Apple. Can you see her?
Now we can.
There we go.
Yeah, this is Apple. Say hi, Apple. She's so sweet, and she is she's a people person. She's like my shadow.
Wow.
She does love her sister, and they do love to wrestle a lot. She is more like my lab, very kind of just laid back.
Wait a minute, puppy and laid back. Does that even belong in the same sentence?
Well, that's only when they're sleeping.
Oh, gotcha. So they're perfect puppies when they're asleep.
Pretty much. They're terrors when they're awake. They are chewers, diggers, lickers, chasers. They do it all.
All right.
Classic.
Yeah. Classic
it looks
puppy.
like, Sherry, it looks like she has a cute little pink mustache.
Kind of, yes. And she's got like this little spot right here on her face.
Wow. How old is she?
Yeah. She is really sweet. Now, she is the smaller of the two. Addy is a little bigger. Apple comes in at, I think it's 21.2 pounds. So she's doing well. They eat well.
Wow.
How old she is?
Yeah, how old is she?
Well, they have her birthday as 8/18, I believe. So going on 4 months. They're just small.
Yeah.
The three. Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
That
yes,
explains
sorry.
it. That maybe at 3 months they're not that small now.
No, these ones are still pretty small. When they found them, they were really small and underweight.
Are they available now for adoption?
I do not think so because they have not been fixed yet. We're working on getting that done.
All right.
So what's the story of how they were found? Do you know, Sherry?
I do not know that.
Okay.
I
Sometimes
believe
that's
they
for the
were
best, isn't
rescued
it?
from the shelter.
Okay.
And I saw a video of one, and it was like, sorry, I got a lot of glare. one of them was like at the kennel door barking, and the other one's just laying there. So, that's all I know.
Okay. Now, if I remember right, they've got their pictures up on GPRS's website, just no bio yet. Is that correct?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. All right. So keep your eye open on their you can still look them up because I think I found them. So keep your eyes open. You can still apply for them now. Okay.
Yeah, they both are up on the website in the public view now. Yeah,
Right.
I think that's pretty recent. So, Sherry, how long have you had them at your
I
home?
have had them probably, this will be going on my 3rd week.
Okay.
And I believe they're not available for adoption because they're not fixed. And I know we're working on that. We're trying to get an appointment for them. So I would say maybe in the next month.
Awesome.
Okay.
They would be good.
Cool.
So
well, she sure is cute as a button.
She is. She's sweet. But don't let that cuteness fool you when she gets with her sister, because she's meaner than anything.
All right, why don't you go get her sister so we can see that?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm kidding. You don't have to put yourself through that.
Let me find my Addy.
We always have a lot of respect for puppy fosters, okay? Because especially fosters that have more than one puppy. Some fosters have the entire litter. Woo, boy!
Oh my gosh! I know we have 2 litters out there.
Wow!
It's crazy. One of them is more of a darker litter, and then one is the mom they found under the fence.
Wow!
Yeah.
So,
now is that Addy?
This is Addy.
Oh yeah, I can see that she's bigger.
Yeah,
to me she looks like Apple. Sorry.
Yeah, she was laying on the floor with her buddy, my male Pyrenees.
Oh.
They are similar. Addy likes to Addy likes to be more outside and lay by the pool like my male does when it's cooler. And let me see if I can get her in here. They're licking each other. And Apple likes to be more in the house like my lab.
Okay. It sounds like Addy might be a little bit more independent.
Yes, very much, and very much a Pyrenees. She is extremely stubborn.
Already, huh?
Yes. They both have the double dews. As you can see, they like to bite each other.
Yeah. How's your male peer doing with 2 annoying puppies in the house?
Well, he hated them at first because they're annoying. But now he is funny because he will try to let me see if I can find. He will try to get them to play with him.
Aww.
So when he like comes in the house, or if he's outside and they go outside, they go straight to him and try to lick him and everything. Cute. They love him. So he's getting much better.
Okay. Aww. So they're not as annoying to him.
Well, it depends. He does get on them when they are too much. Yeah.
Well, good. He's supposed to. That's his job.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Cute.
Well, what everyone may not know, if you're newer to Pyrs or you haven't been around Pyr puppies before, they don't look very fluffy now, but as they grow, as they get older, they can get super fluffy. And that's something that kind of takes you by surprise. So I adopted my Great Pyrenees when he was 5 months old, and he just looked like a bunch of cotton candy balls like stuck together. And then as he became an adult, his fur got super long. I mean, his tail fur is 9 inches long. I have measured it.
Wow.
And I would never have imagined that this puffball would have turned into a dog with this long, wavy, beautiful fur. Yeah. So, I mean, these guys may not have fur that long, but that I just wanted to kind of point out that even though at this stage in their lives, they look like they're a shorter coated dog, They might grow up to have,
Right.
pretty long fur.
There's also
Now, you
something
can
else people
see-
don't realize, that from birth to approximately 14 months old, their bodies grow about 3.5 times faster than their minds develop. So you can have a 80-pound dog that has the mind of a baby. Okay, so that'll throw the best of us off. I had one myself with Pickles.
Now, Addie's hair looks like it's going to be long, and Apple is more like my male. She's a fluff ball, real soft.
Okay.
Like you put her in the dryer for the Pink Panther, and he comes out that big fluff ball. Yeah.
Well, they are surprisingly mellow for being right there, being bitey face and everything.
Yeah.
And they're really good car riders.
Oh, nice.
They get along well with other dogs. They love my little grandson. He doesn't love them as much because they're all about the same height.
Oh,
and they like to lick.
And puppies are annoying.
Yeah.
But he's getting used to them. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually invited one of the GPRRUM fosters on because their foster dog, they brought a puppy home, and their foster dog wasn't supposed to be there. He was returned, but he was taking issue to the puppy, and that's why I invited her on. I wanted her to see the puppies, and because there really wasn't a big issue here. I mean, but look at that. Yes, Debbie, they are so cute. Yes,
they are sweet as can be.
Yeah, Debbie has a new foster. She has Hank, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to get Hank on here maybe.
What are you doing?
Now, how much did you say that they weighed, the bigger of the two, Addie?
Addie is 22.8 and Apple is 21.2. And I think when we got them, they were like 13 and 14 pounds, somewhere in there, 15, 16. They were real small.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were they underweight or just small?
I think they were underweight. They had worms really bad.
Okay.
And so I think that was some of it too.
Sure.
We've gotten rid of the worms. I know when Laura had them for about a week, Apple was somewhat resource guarding, but she's great now.
Okay. Well, always remember, resource guarding should not be a surprise to anybody ever, because why can we get mad at a dog for guarding the single resource that's vital to their survival?
Yeah. Well, and it sounds like she just needed some stability.
That's right.
And now she knows that she's going to be fed regularly. So.
And that's just it. We, most of the time, we don't even do anything with resources. We let the dog stabilize first. Then we start doing anything with it.
Yeah. Laura, I know, worked with her. They would fight over little things, but I had a marrow bone that I'd given my bigger dogs, and Apple had it one day, and she got mad at everybody. So I just took it away from her.
Yeah. Did you trade her by chance? Did you make a trade?
No.
Okay, because what we run into with puppies, and a lot of people don't realize the impact that this is capable of having, is puppies are puppies. Every time you turn around, they got something new in their mouth. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're constantly going over there. All right, keeping that dog safe. Here, give it here. Well, as puppies, as impressionable as they are right now, we don't want to, and it happens often. Every time the puppy sees mom, the puppy loses something. So, and that can be a problem later on with puppies seeing humans. So we always want to try to remember just to trade up or make any kind of a trade.
Right, because we don't want to create that negative association. Because that's what Steve is saying.
Because you don't want to go see your puppy and go pet her and then have your puppy run away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we do see that more often than not, and you don't realize it while it's happening. You're keeping your puppy safe. I get it, but now you're aware. Now maybe you'll remember. That's all it is memory.
Yeah.
By the way, welcome to human race. If you're not perfect.
Well, they're pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, they're dolls. How
That's the
old
last
is
thing
your?
I had expect a puppy foster to say, that their puppies are perfect.
Well, it depends. They've started chewing where Melody left off on one of my rugs and one of my
Oh,
chairs.
Awesome.
Sherry, how old is your Great Pyrenees?
My Great Pyrenees is probably about 10.
And he
Whoa.
still plays with them.
Yeah, and they make him frisky. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
geez. They
Yeah,
brought him
he'll
back to
get
life,
and
huh?
he'll bark and like prance and yeah.
I love that. I love it when I see a senior come back to life.
Oh yeah, he's funny.
Wow.
And he barks at him. He'll bark it. So he likes to eat out of everybody else's bowl but his own. And
Huh.
so he barks at them and they'll go eat out of his bowl.
Are we sending the wrong signal here?
Oh, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are we speaking different languages?
Yeah.
Okay, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. And always remember that what she just said, they got to get them. They got to get them spayed. So, hey, if you got a couple extra bucks while you're there, just donate to them, because this stuff ain't free.
Right.
Yeah, and plus they eat too. They eat puppy food.
Yeah.
Are they eating okay?
They
Wait a minute. Are they eating puppy
Yeah.
food?
They are eating. I give them the Beneful containers. I give them each half, and then they have dry food throughout the day too. So
Okay,
they
because
eat
you
all
said that they'll
the
go eat out of your 10-year-old's bowl. So either you're feeding him puppy food, or, well, actually, he might be getting senior food. Basically, they come full circle, because senior food and puppy food are
Yeah,
very
it's
close to each other.
adults is what I feed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you had your senior?
I've had my lab since she was born, and then my male kept running away from home, so I got him when he was about a year.
Okay, so you've had him just about all of his life.
Yeah, he kept showing up on my driveway.
Oh, well, there's your first clue.
Yeah, oh yeah, he'd come to the front door, and if nobody was there, then he would go sit in the driveway till somebody came home.
Oh.
Yeah, Lori said that Mr. Tibbs was similar when she brought her 8-week-old puppy home, and Lori just lost Mr. Tibbs a couple weeks ago, 12 and a half years old.
Oh.
Yeah. So that means she's down a peer. Hint, hint.
I've got 2 great sisters that she would love.
Yep. Now she's in New York, but I happen to know that GPRS has transport to New York.
We
Yeah.
sure do.
Yeah, and that would be in line with her other pups too, because Lori likes to have a balance of Newfoundlands and Great Pyrenees, 2 and 2. She always likes, good balanced life. So
Yeah.
wow, look at that. And we always like having Newfoundlands on because it kind of adds color to the show too.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're why I love that breed. So one of these days, Lori.
Wow. Anyway, wow, Sherry, thank you so much for bringing them on. But we're going to move on to Owen. You might want to say, I don't know if you can. Can you hang out for a little while for the show? You got to hear Owen's story here.
Yeah, I'd like to hear his story.
Yeah, he's got a heck of a story. Kind of classic, if you look at it that way. But I'm going to bring you up now, Jen. So shake it up, and here we go. Hi, Jen. Oh, there's Owen.
Yep.
Thank you for coming on today. Oh, look at that handsome face.
Yep, I got to meet him in person. Last week, 2 weeks ago, something I forget.
Yeah.
Somewhere between the 1st and 12th, I met him first time.
Yep.
So why is he so special? We're not plugging for an adoption, so why is he on the show?
He's Owen's my hero.
Literally his hero.
Owen is. Yep. He was attacked by an off-leash pit bull on the 19th of September.
Now, but he wasn't the target, was he?
No, I was.
She was getting ready to get taken down by one of the biggest pit bulls I've ever seen. And Owen got in between her and that pit bull and stood his ground.
And it was an off leash. The dog was off leash, not
The dog
your
was
Owen
off
was
leash.
on the leash.
That's
but
right.
The other dog was off.
Yes.
That's right. And Owen got taken down because he was on leash and severely injured. But
Yep.
you're here to tell the story because of that.
Yep. He jumped in front with probably only about 4 feet to spare.
Yep.
Or just jumped in front.
That kind of makes a special relationship now, doesn't it? So now Owen is Akbash pure mix, right?
Well, I don't really know. I mean, I think he's Akbash, but he's got the shoes, but I sometimes happens with Akbash or Great Pyrenees.
Well, I met him. To me, he's an Akbash with shorter legs, is all.
Yeah, he's pretty lanky, but he's I mean, I don't know. You're the expert.
Yeah. Now, with his ordeal, it doesn't come without ramifications.
Right.
So, he had a traumatic event, major, and we were helping him through it.
Yep.
And what's he doing now? Every time he sees a dog, what's he do?
He's still reactive. He's very, very quick to react. Everything is there.
Yep.
And he feels safe in the house. He's very safe in the house. The minute the door opens, he's like tunnel vision. He's just looking for anything moving.
Yep. And the first time I met him, what happened?
Oh my God.
I couldn't get in your house.
You couldn't get in the house. I was at the top of the stairs. He was losing his mind.
But that's okay because I didn't have to go in the house that day.
Yep.
So then what happened? What did we do? We associated a safe spot for him with me. And it's silly the way we did it. But the results, well, there were results.
It worked.
All we did is we took him to a church that had a diamond, a baseball diamond, and it had a 3-piece chain link fence backdrop. And I went on one side of it. I had her bring Owen to the other side of it to meet me.
Yep. And you fed him to the friends.
And now that's his safe place, isn't it?
It is. We go there every day.
Wow. Hey, Cindy, I'm going to mute myself. You ask her a couple questions. I'm going to see if we can get rid of this echo.
Okay. So just remind us how long ago was that attack happened, Jen?
The attack was September 19th, so almost 2 months ago.
Yeah, almost exactly 2 months.
But it is very fresh. Owen was reactive when he came here in July.
Okay.
But not as bad as he is now.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Do you have other dogs in the home, or is he okay?
He's the only dog.
Okay.
There's a cat and there's a rabbit, and it's Owen is just here, and he's.
And now there's more to this. When he meets a dog, that triggers his event. All right.
Right.
And well, we kind of got a little bit stuck because she has to walk him just to go to the bathroom. In fact, you were walking him when that off-leash dog came up. You were walking him to use the bathroom, weren't you?
Yes.
So
we were actually on our way home, and I saw the dog. Owen didn't know it. I thought the dog had gone away. And then all of a sudden, there it is coming, not at Owen, but at me.
Yeah. And so this was in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yes, it was just across the street.
And Owen didn't hesitate. He immediately got between you and that dog.
Yep. And that dog knocked him. That dog was coming so fast, it knocked Owen at least 3 feet toward me. So I had to jump out of the way.
Owen got hit with momentum of an 80 pounds or so.
That
was a big pit bull.
That's terrifying.
It was terrible. I mean, even right now, as we're talking about it, I have goosebumps because it was so scary.
Well,
Yeah.
now let's think about what they do for a living. They don't flight, period.
Right.
They're not bred to tuck and run. They're bred to stand their ground, and in this case, stood his ground, protect his human mom. And that's what they do. They'll fight to the death for you. But yet, we have all these dogs that get dumped coming into rescue.
Yep,
Do we live in a country of idiots?
we do.
Okay, just checking. No
We do.
offense, everybody, but it's
Well,
too few.
and, Jen, he had significant injuries in some spots too.
He had
So
puncture wounds on the side, puncture wounds on the chest, puncture wounds on the back behind his shoulders, and then a laceration probably an inch and a half because it took 2 full-grown men to pull this pit bull off Owen. They were pulling with all their weight, like rocking back on their heels down near the ground, and they finally got her off of him. And the vet said that's probably what caused the laceration.
okay. Yeah.
Now, after the incident, you and Sarah got a hold of animal control. Is that
Yes.
correct? And the sheriff's department.
Yes.
Okay. And what was the end result of that?
Well, they came out. They They came out and they documented it, and they said, and I said, I need that dog to be out of this neighborhood because it would have killed a child. It would have killed a smaller dog. It could kill an adult. It could have killed me. I don't know.
That dog was aiming for you.
But I said, that's what I said to the police. I said, that dog, this was going to be a dog on human attack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only because of this dog's DNA that it didn't happen.
And they didn't take the dog either, did they?
They didn't take the dog. They said that there needs to be 3 documented cases in a year with the same dog in order for them to take further action.
So let's recap.
Remind us what state you're in.
Yep. They're in Utah. So always remember, everybody, in Utah, if you get attacked by a dog and they kill you, well, they're not going to do anything until 2 more people die.
Well, maybe it would have been different had the dog attacked me, but I was told by the police, if this involves any animal, we have to give it to animal control. And I said, that is absolutely not right.
Well, yes and no. If animal control would do something without their hands being tied, then it would be right.
Right.
Unfortunately, laws stop very short. Okay.
They sure do.
Yeah.
I don't blame the pit bull. I blame the owners because I believe, just from what I know about dogs, being a trainer, I believe that this pit bull was a fighting dog, just the way she attacked Owen.
And always remember, even pit bulls aren't born fighting. Okay, they have to be taught by a human.
Right.
Okay.
So
that's why she's not blaming the dog. This is not the dog's fault.
Yep.
This is on the human.
Most fighting dogs start out as bait dogs, and then that makes them behave in a certain way. And then when they get older and stronger, then they're switched out to be a fighting dog, and they bring in a weaker dog to be a bait dog. So just the whole thing. I do not blame the dog. But
and I'm not sure, Lori, that somebody actually has to die, because if Jen would have been hospitalized over that, the outcome could have been different. But we don't know for sure. We don't know if there was a lack of motivation on the part of the authorities or what. But I know Sarah, and Sarah was involved in these calls, and she ain't going to hardly let anything go by, because that's just Sarah. All right.
Yeah.
And this is her,
they were probably operating within the parameters of the law that, so they're carrying something out that they didn't have any control over putting into place as far as the law goes. But it just is a perfect example of how widely it can vary. The laws can widely vary depending on where you live.
Right.
My Great Pyrenees, I used to live in a different neighborhood that I would take them for a walk every day. And someone's it happened to me also. A female pit bull got out the front door and came after my Pyrenees and bit him in the face.
Oh,
And there were 3 guys hanging outside in the front. There was already an off-leash male pit bull out there. He was supposedly the friendly one. And then somebody opened the front door and the female got out and came straight for Samson. And I pulled him out, tried to pull him out of the way, or he pulled himself away while 2 of the guys grabbed the pit bull to pull her off. And her teeth were still in his face. So I just saw his poor lips stretch out until it like slipped out of her teeth, because they lock, their jaw locks down. And the other pit bull that they had at the home was perfectly friendly. He was perfectly sweet. He was off leash though, which is also illegal here. Regardless, all of that was illegal. And I was furious. And so I was talking to those guys and telling them, that what they were doing was not appropriate. They need the dog as their responsibility. One of the guys was like, well, it's not our dog. And it turns out it was his wife and daughter's dog, which they all live in the home together.
Wow.
And so we don't have like animal control specifically. It's the police officers operate as animal control altogether. And so I was told that if I did not, that I could press charges or not, but the county would press the charges on my behalf, essentially. And I would have to go and be a witness at the hearing. And if I didn't do that, then nothing would be documented. And
Right.
So I did. And it was scary because there were 3 big dudes there, but I had my self-righteous dog mom jacket on, and there was no way I was going to let this happen to anybody else. And so once there's one documentation, if there's another incident, that dog will be euthanized. And it wasn't the dog's fault. Like you were saying, it was irresponsible people.
Yep.
And they didn't want to take any of the responsibility. And even at the hearing, they kind of made themselves seem like they were the victims. It was just an unruly dog. And I did not tolerate that for a minute. But thankfully Samson was not traumatized, but it sounds like, that was kind of a mild incident in comparison to what happened to you and Owen. I can't even imagine what that level of danger. That was an extreme level of danger.
And Owen will do the same thing all over again.
Yeah, it was just unbelievably scary. Being a trainer, I have encountered and broken up dog fights for years, and I've never, ever seen this ferocity.
Yeah. Of course, you've never had an LGD before either, have you? As
No.
a companion.
But I've never seen the ferocity that this pit bull exhibited, especially toward me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this makes me wonder again, do you know if the owner got cited?
Yes.
He did get cited.
He got cited and the thing was documented, although the owner's statement is as far from the truth as possibly be.
Well, of course he's going to try to save his butt.
And I just, I told Sarah if she wanted to pursue a lawsuit, I'd be happy to do whatever I could.
Right.
But
pain and suffering of a dog, it doesn't count the same.
Exactly.
But yours does. Now, you were under doctor's care when all that happened too, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm still under doctor's care. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I have these glasses.
And it's unrelated. So,
yeah.
That's why they got a ticket, really? That's it?
They got cited and fined is what the animal control.
But kept the dog. So you still can't feel safe going out in your own sidewalk and go for a walk.
Nope. And Steve, the dog that we saw when you and Gary were first here, with the multicolored leash.
Yep.
Nadia told me that was the dog.
Yeah, that was a big dog. That's how I judged the size.
Huge dog.
That's a huge pit bull. Yes.
Yep.
And now he didn't make very much noise then, but he was on a leash.
Yes.
Dogs act different on a leash than they do off a leash. Now,
they do.
Normally, off leash, a dog won't do what that pit bull did.
Right.
that's abnormal of dog's behavior. That is a learned behavior. Somebody taught that dog that. Well, go kill that human. See, and that's what gets me. Owen was there, and you were still targeted.
Thank God Owen was there, and Owen was standing next to me, but he was behind me looking at something in the grass. So at the last moment,
so he didn't even notice the dog then.
He didn't even see the dog.
So he saw everything at the last second and protected you.
Yep, and I think he heard the dog, because that's what I heard. I saw the dog mouth opening, growling, coming right for me. She was jumping as Owen just got in front of me.
Right.
And
now let's think about this. Jen's a dog trainer. She knows how to not threaten a dog, and it didn't matter, did it?
Nothing mattered. That shit was going to push me out, I believe, was the intention. Right. And I thank God every day for Owen.
Yep. And which brings up another thing that we wanted to talk about. And everybody hears that LGDs as companions aren't for everybody. Now, Jen's been a trainer for 40 years, and she's had good luck with her training, and she's a good trainer. But yet, even before the attack, she reached out for help because she's never had a dog like this before. And how is like this? Well, he's a livestock guardian breed that you're expecting to be a couch potato, and everything goes smoothly, all right? But they don't receive signals the same way other breeds do, okay? They're a thinking breed, and they can outthink us. All right? So while you're plotting to get him to do something for you, he's plotting to make you look like a fool trying, all right? But here's the key to this. Jen recognized the need for help. She realized that he's going to do damage, not good, and I need help. So how do we help a person that's not a trainer recognize that need for help? And that is a question that's probably not going to have an answer. We have to just take a deep dive into ourselves and what are we trying to accomplish? And are we trying to make the dog make too many concessions that it's incapable of doing? Okay. So I guess that would be a soul search to start with. And if you're not a trainer, I would probably think that if you got the dog from a rescue, the rescue is probably giving you resources anyway. And make no mistake, I've been working with the Great Pyrenees for 5 years, and I'm just barely a rookie because they're evolving, they're thinking, and look at him. He doesn't have a care in the world right now. Nice work, Jen.
He's really a good dog. But I'll tell you, if that door opens, he is laser focused on where that attack
That's
happens.
Right. And we're gonna change that association. Because here's what's happening. He's being triggered before he ever goes out that door. Would you agree with that?
By me.
Right, by your emotion change.
Yep.
And a livestock guardian breed, it's in their DNA. They pick up on human emotion change. That's how they pick up on seizures before they happen. Okay. There was a recent study where they picked up on heart attacks before they happened. Okay. So
Owen actually, I didn't tell you, Steve. Owen actually picked up on my skin cancer coming back before I actually realized it. And I said to the doctor, and he said, "What kind of a dog is it?" And I told him, and this was at my 3rd Mohs surgery, and Owen found it.
Wow.
And
wow.
There you go.
Well, I've always told people that you would have the perfect medical support dog here, except for one little minor quirk. If you ever need a first responder, they're not going to get near you.
Right.
Just one little quirk. Other than that, you're all right. So, but they will protect you till their death, even from first responders.
Yeah. Steve, he reminds me of Frosty Bear.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get Frosty back on. Debbie, you hear that? You got a dog set Frosty again. Now, didn't your son just move to Oregon, Portland area or something?
Yes. Yes.
All right. That's why I brought that up, because Sydney's out there south of Portland. But
Yeah, I'm in Salem.
And if he needs a house, make sure you give her contact information.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Debbie. Yay, we can get Frosty on. And I'll let you know when Frosty Bear comes back on, Jen.
Okay.
He looks just like Frosty.
He looks just like you.
But now Frosty never had to protect his human yet. But you know what? Anybody that has a Great Pyrenees, an Akbash, a Maremma, and a Kuvaz, you can expect the same end result.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jen, I saw a video of Owen, and he has the cutest giant curl in his tail.
He does.
That's that classic Akbash.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
so cute.
Yeah. And I wish I had it up on this one. I wanted to add to the, you take over for a second, Sydney. I'm going to upload a real short video.
So he, how much does he weigh, Jen?
I think about 93, 94, maybe. And he's not much of an eater. He doesn't think food's very great. He loves food.
He looks pretty lean, but he looks like he's in perfect condition. But yeah, they're kind of lean and but yeah, he is super handsome. So when did you start fostering him?
July 16th.
Well, you're fostering, but yet we have not plugged him for adoption, have we?
No. I don't think Owen is. I don't think he's emotionally prepared to do anything but stay with me right now. I mean,
I don't think he's ever going to be emotionally prepared to leave you.
I don't. Yeah. He's just.
And that's just life.
Owen is a good dog. He's great with my children. He's great with my daughter. He was great with you after he realized you weren't going to hurt him, after he trusted you.
Oh, yeah. Well, but we did things right. The first impression I wanted him to have of me is I wasn't a threat.
Right.
So, and I was able to accomplish that. The second impression I wanted him to have of me is now I'm a friend too. And we accomplished that in our actions.
Yep.
And that's not something you would have thought of as a trainer, huh? Because you didn't have LGDs. It wasn't that important.
Yeah, you really worked some magic with Owen, and I was so afraid but amazed when you laid down on the ground.
You weren't going to hand me that leash either, were you?
No, I wasn't. I was really scared.
I said, "Can I have the leash?" She looks at me like, "Are you crazy?"
I did. I
know the breed.
No way.
But I was reading his body language is what I was doing.
I was looking at his ears, and his ears weren't pinned back. They were just like his little Yoda ears. And I knew it was okay, but I was worried. I really was.
I wasn't though.
I know.
And in that particular instance, it was my emotion that made more of a difference than yours.
Yep.
Okay. And I did say I read body language. I'm sorry. I mean, me and Owen was talking to each other, and we decided neither one of us were threatening to each other.
Yeah.
In so many words, that's about how it went.
And he ended up playing with you in the field.
And he was playing with me in the field. Yes, absolutely he was. This video will be ready in just a second. I want to show people what the breed is versus what they aren't. And well, this kind of tells the story.
This is the one with the bear.
That's a freaking grizzly bear.
Yep.
Whoops, wrong breed.
That's probably a 600-pound male grizzly bear.
Yes. One more time.
That's amazing.
That's the Great Pyrenees.
Yep.
They're not bred to tuck and run.
Yep.
Okay?
We noticed
to do that right there. That bear could take that dog down with one swipe.
Yep.
But the Great Pyrenees made the bear think that the dog was going to, take him down. And he did that through intimidation. Their first line of defense is to intimidate. They've made more people pee their pants by not biting them than they ever have by by making contact.
Mhm.
And always remember, I want you to think about this next time you think you got bit by a Great Pyrenees. They got a bite force 680 psi.
Yeah. I think he just caught the edge of my pants. That's all.
Yeah. Well, the Great Pyrenees doesn't have a bite unless there's an intent to do harm.
Mhm.
And with 680 psi bite force, you're going to know if you got bit by a Great
Absolutely.
Pyrenees. So stop saying, well, he could have bit. No, you're not going to stop a Great Pyrenees. If they decide to bite, you're not going to stop them.
Mhm.
Okay. So, so buckle up. All right. That's not a bite. He was trying to communicate because you were ignoring all the other signals probably.
I really think he was just telling me, get me out of here.
And that's exactly what he was doing after he went down. We do believe that somehow the guardians, when they're on a leash, we do believe they are aware that they can't win without maneuverability. We don't see that in other breeds. Another breed will go try to take an off-leash dog down and then go down. We believe the guardians are aware they can't win somehow because they don't have logic, and that's really unexplainable. But we see indicators. Ain't that something? It's an amazing breed. Everybody that has a livestock guardian breed as a couch potato, well, you guys know what I'm talking about. And Debbie, you are absolutely correct. I couldn't say that better. Nobody could have said that better than you. So, can you read the screen, Jen?
Yes.
All right.
Thank
Debbie,
you, Debbie.
Debbie lives in Washington, right, Sydney?
Yep.
Yep. And she's one of the people that when fosters go on vacation, if she can, she'll take their dogs and dog sit. So that way they don't have to go into boarding or something like that. Okay. And so she's had a lot of dogs pass through there, and she's fostered some. She's fostered a couple of well, I didn't think they were hard, but she fostered what she thought was a couple of hard ones too. And it turns out they kind of work things out on their own. Similar to how a dog and cat can do if we don't interfere. Only
Right.
management. Okay. Wow, look at that. If anybody thinks that dog should leave, raise your hand. No hands.
Oh,
Wow, Jen, I really appreciate you coming on here with Owen because
thank you.
he looks so abused.
I know I'm such a mean person.
Yeah. And thank you for reaching out. Thank you for when you realize that, hey, I'm kind of in over my head here a little bit. I hope nobody thinks I'm stupid. I never once downgraded your abilities, did I? Because
No,
you're
no,
a good
no.
trainer. You're a
No,
good trainer.
I
I
mean,
can tell by what you carry yourself.
but I don't train for this reactivity. I train for obedience, and that's
Right.
completely different.
Well, that's the wrong breed for obedience too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Owen,
Well, that's true.
Owen won't respond to a command. The ask has to make sense to him, and I know that.
Right.
Now.
Absolutely. I tell everybody there's 4 things you got to keep in consideration when you ask a guardian to do something for you. One, you got to make sure they understand what it is you want them to do.
Mhm.
And number 2, it's got to make sense to them to do it.
Yep.
And 3, it's got to be worth their while.
Yep.
And number 4 is you got to give them enough time to process 1, 2, and 3 when you ask them to do something.
One of the things I always say when I'm screening applications and talking with potential adopters is you may tell a Great Pyrenees or an Akbash what you want them to do, and they will look at you and you will see them considering your request.
Yes.
That's right.
Very true.
And then after 4 seconds, you'll know if your request has been denied or accepted.
Yep. And Owen's doing this every time I say something.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at him.
Oh,
boy.
I'll not. Oh, I'm sorry. I stopped petting you. I'm sorry.
That's right. You better be
need to
sorry.
scratch.
Can you believe that dog stood his ground to protect his mom like that? And look how
Wow.
I do. Absolutely. This just reinforces it. If you bring a Great Pyrenees or an Akbash into your home and expect him to obey your beck and command, just get another breed.
Mhm.
Don't even put yourself through that. You can't make a peer do something. You have to make them want to do something. A little bit of a difference there. And we're not John Wayne anymore. They taught us that. And that's why a lot of trainers struggle with this breed. And man, if you're considering a shock or prong collar, Let me save you the trouble. Don't.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah. Oh man, can you imagine that? Oh, I've seen it. I come in behind those. And the reason I come in because 100% of the time somebody's gotten bit.
Yep.
Simple as that. And because you're confusing the dog.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a thinking breed, remember? Thinking breed.
Yep.
Anti-anxieties cloud that thinking too, just so you know.
Hi.
I don't think I would want his thinking clouded when that pit bull was coming at me.
Oh no.
So always remember that. We got to make sure we're not expecting too much from a dog. They're still dogs, all right? Without human logic. That throws us off because they're so smart, but they don't have human logic. And what's affected by not having human logic would be simply knowing right from wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because think about it, they're not the ones making right from wrong. We're the ones that's making them understand what's right and wrong. Guess what? We found out that they never did understand because we keep moving the goalposts on what's right and what's wrong.
Yep.
Just by being individuals, okay, in most cases. I mean, that part's not the human's fault. What is the human's fault is knowing about it and then still not responding.
Exactly.
Okay, that's the human's fault. So how to recognize when you need some help? Well, how about when you first get your first livestock guardian breed as a couch potato? Reach out. Nobody's going to belittle you. Nobody's going to think less of you. In fact, you will earn respect by reaching out early. I got a lady that, she's got a dog that was a crisis while I was out in Utah. And I got to meet him because she reached out because she didn't want to screw it up.
Was this Rosie?
No, it's Yoshi.
Oh.
Yoshi, yes. I got to meet Yoshi. His name is something different now. I forget what she named him now. I have to look it up. But yeah, she she reached out because she wanted to make sure she's doing things right for him.
Was this the Kangle?
No. That's Rosie. Okay. Rosie was the reason there were two reasons I initially went to Utah. It was Rosie and Owen.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, you don't have to thank me.
Owen says thank you.
I'm thanking Owen. I got to meet Owen. Think about my job. Don't I have the best job in the world?
You do. You have the best job in the world.
I get to work with dogs, and I don't have to argue with a dog. I don't. So, but anyway, I will say that today's rescues, they're actually helping me restore my faith in humanity a little bit. I lost a lot of faith in humanity when I first joined rescue a long time ago. I called that the biggest mistake of my life because I can't unsee everything that the rescue sees. And boy, I'll tell you, I don't know how they do it because I couldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that, Sydney, seeing all that suffering that's inflicted by humans to the dogs on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not cut out for that. Hey, look, there's Molly. Hi, Molly.
Yes, Steve is a great resource, and I think we never stop learning.
She tooted my horn. I didn't realize that until I brought her up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the underlying things is we can never stop learning about these livestock guardian breeds, and if you have an open, if you're open to learning more, and that you'll just become a better and better pet parent, and you'll have, you'll be having all these tools in your tool belt to help your dog.
You'll learn a new language. You'll learn to speak dog.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Jen, thank you so much for sharing your story, because I know that was a really hard story to share.
And I couldn't believe that you agreed to bring him on.
Yeah, and sharing about how freaking amazing Owen is, and that and that you're taking the time to restore him, because that's what he needs, and both of you need it because both of you are traumatized by that
right now. And it's going to be a little bit slow going because the longer we go without meeting another dog off leash, the better off we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we can do more. Now, I don't believe dogs get set back. I believe they simply go stagnant from moving forward. Okay. And I'm allowed to believe what I want, right? So
so you don't think he went back?
I don't think he went backwards. I think he
Okay.
just got stagnant on moving forward.
Okay.
And that's why it's so important that we try to do our best to keep him under threshold.
Okay.
That's where he's safe, and we are associating ourselves with that, and then we can work on moving the threshold.
Okay.
That's our end goal. If we work with threshold, our end goal is to keep him safe while we move the threshold.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, we don't expect anybody to have 160-pound Great Pyrenees, see a little Chihuahua and have to turn around and run away on a leash. That's not our goal. Okay. Our goal is to make him comfortable with the person on the other end of the leash, because we make you feel safe there and make the dog feel safe.
Yeah.
And the challenge with Owen is, now this has nothing to do with Jen, but Owen had to he possibly saved Jen's life. Okay.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
And but he also went down in Jen's care. Okay. So we've got a lot going on there. But I'll tell you what, that boy is bouncing back. And I have full confidence that he's just going to be great.
Yeah.
And we're going to get him through this.
Thank you.
All right. I got full confidence. And if I got to go back to Utah, well, we did it once, right? And by the way, I really appreciate the rescues out there. They are I got to meet some of the greatest people out in Utah. Holy crap. Now I got to go to Oregon, don't I, Sydney?
Yeah.
And
Well,
thank
that's what
you.
Roman is. And by the way, a shout out to Roman. For those of you know our friend Roman Godfrey with Holistic Dog Training, he had a heart attack.
Oh,
Yep. Now he was hospitalized, and they call it a silent heart attack. I guess that means no symptoms.
wow.
And so that would be interesting. But it's a good thing he went to hospital, because it was serious. They're not sure what caused it, last I heard, but he did get a stent out of the deal. But Roman being Roman, he's bouncing back pretty damn good. Right? Because I told him, I said, "Don't you dare die. You're my friend." And I says, "We can't have that crap. So you got more dogs to work with."
I hope he improves and continues to get better.
He is. He's just amazing. He's bouncing back great. But he's Roman. All right. Okay. Well, wow, look what time it is already.
Yeah.
Now next week, Lori, God dang it, we can't have a newfie on next week because we're going to rerun our Halloween show. We went trick or treating with 13 Texas dogs, didn't we?
Yes, we did, and it was too cute not to replay. So Lori,
Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah. Lori, I'm hosting again on December 8th. So if you can bring your new Newfie Foster on, I would love to see you.
If that dog's not adopted, look how quickly that Newfoundland place adopts him out.
Yeah.
Or wait a minute, or is that with the other rescue? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because remember, what's the other rescue? New to you.
Yeah. I think, yeah. We'll have to look into that. But thank you again so much, Jen, for coming on and bringing Owen and just really sharing your heart. And thank you thank you, Sherry, for bringing on Addy and Apple. I know she had to log off early, but so it's always fun to have puppies on.
And we wish Ashley the best. Ashley with Mountain Mamas was supposed to be here, and something happened with her son. And
she had a
emergency trip to Colorado. So
she had some family concerns.
We wish the best there, Ashley, because we didn't get to meet Pippy. There's two other names that go with that, and I can't remember what they are now.
Yeah, but hopefully she can come on another show. Yeah.
New to you rescue. I love that name. I like their logo too. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a cool logo. Anyway, thank you, Debbie. And but don't forget, next week, if you missed a Halloween show, well, you won't miss it second time, hopefully.
Yeah.
Unless you're
it's super cute.
It is cute. We had a lot of fun. That was the second annual Halloween show.
Yep.
Oh, and we announced our winner too. We still got to get Sally on. The only reason why the winner of the costume contest isn't here, because I got to meet Caitlin and Jesse, and when I was in Utah, they're on vacation.
Oh.
They went on vacation. They're not here. So, and they're allowed to do that. Kind of life gets in the way of that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, all right, everybody. You guys.
Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you.
Jen, we'll be talking soon, right?
Yes, we will, Steve. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Thank
Take
you.
care.